Alright, so this is 2.10, my 5th hour class.
Howdy.
Y'all weak. Anyway, alright. I know, a lot of people got
It's because they like got stuck in the freeway.
yeah, yes, I understand. Alright, so that's going to make this video more important because some people actually try to keep up with this are going to watch this. Alright, so now what do we notice about each one of these? So now what did we call these things right here yesterday? Factors. So now that factor is going to tell me what? Where's the 0 at? So on this one my x equals 3. X equals positive 3. But the square right there actually just means this. It's going to be x minus 3 times x minus 3. So I really, in all actuality, I have 2 x's, right? But they're both 3. They're both positive 3. So it only is going to touch it at one point because they're both x equals positive 3, right? Okay. So if you could please, everyone, please don't be cutting right now. You can cut at the end. Okay? I want to make sure everyone's following along, not cutting and taping and gluing and, okay? So please follow along, or folding and ripping. Yeah. Okay, so that's important. So now on that one, this is going to be an x squared because it's an x times x, right? So it's going to give me that shape. It's going to give me the shape of a parabola. Now let's look at this next one. On this next one, this right here, what does that give me? Negative 1. So I'm going to say x equals negative 1. What else do I have? Positive 3. So I get x equals positive 3. So if I count it, like on this previous one right here, I have x squared, don't I? But I have times another x. So together, that's going to give me x to the 3rd power.
Yes. I forgot which one we forgot.
So, like my TVs? Okay. All right, so we're going to have x equals negative 1 and x equals positive 3. So on my graph at negative 1, it's going to cross it right there. But just like it did on the previous one, I have negative 3 twice. So it's going to go down to negative 3 here, touch it once, positive 3, touch it once, then go back up. So that is my x cubed. It is my 3rd degree that I'm going to have right there. Now, this one right here, this is going to be x minus 3 to the 3rd power. That means that I'm not telling anyone again about cutting because you're participating right now. Okay? So, this is going to be x minus 3, x minus 3, x minus 3. That's what that means to the 3rd power. So that means I have x equals positive 3 times. So I will have 3 values of x, and all of them are going to be here. So they're all going to cross at that same point. So it's all going to be there. So that's the shape of this. So if you notice, on this one, I had it twice. This one right here, it's twice, and then there's another one over here. All 3 times actually happen at that spot. Now, on this one right here, where's it going to cross the x-axis? At positive 6, so x equals 6 and x equals 3. But my x equals 3 is going to be on there twice, right?
Yeah.
X equals 3 is going to be on there twice. So since that one's going to be the twice one, if you notice, it just goes up, touches 3, and then changes direction. So it doesn't go all the way through. It just goes, touches, and then changes direction. So I touch here, and I touch here. So since this is going to be a 3rd degree, because right here, this is going to be x squared, this piece is x squared, and then times this is going to be x to the 3rd. So it's going to be an x to the third power. So x cubed has a certain shape. And we're going to look at that shape. So here it is. It's the same thing. But again, it touches only at one point here, changes direction, goes back and up. So it's still ending up. All right, this is going to be important for what we're doing next. So I'm hoping everyone has all this written down because I am changing slides. There we go. It says, sketching. So for each polynomial, state degree, zeros, and behavior, sketch possible graph. Check your graph using technology. You all have calculators. We can use this, but we're going to do it last, not now. So it's not graphing yet, not on the calculator yet. All right, first, let's see. This says I have a zero where? Class?
Yes.
Karen? Thank you. You're zoning out on me. All right. So right here, because of this, where's going to be my zero? At -2. So 0 is at -2. Right here, it's going to be at +2, and here at +8, right? There we go, +8. So I have 3 places that it's going to cross my x-axis. So it's going to be at -2, +2, and +8. Now, what degree is this going to be? Third degree cubed. Let's look. Because I'm going to have x here times the x here times the x here. So together, I'm going to have x cubed, right? I'm going to have x cubed. So that's super important there. So it's going to be a third degree. Now, let's go ahead and talk about our shapes. Now, class.
Yes.
Jesus. What does the x squared look like? Show me. Come on, Jesus. There we go. X squared. Now, what does the x cubed look like? Okay, there we go. One down, one up. So, is this one going to be positive or negative? Look at all your x's. You have a positive x. So, yes, it is going to be positive. All 3 of them are positive. So that means it has to end going up, doesn't it? And so therefore, we just trace it like that. So if it's ending going up, so it starts over here, like there. Now let's talk about the end behavior. As it goes to the left, what is this doing? It's going down, negative, right? Negative what? What's it going down to? Does it just keep going down forever?
Yeah.
We call that negative infinity. Look at the right side. What is the right side doing? It's not cutting paper right now. It's going to what? Positive infinity. Now, I want you people, right now, you and your partner, if you need help with this, you are going to do the second one. You guys are going to do B right now. I'm going to come around and look to see what you guys got. Now, you're working on it right. Meow. Right meow. Ugh. do the hand motions. I'm yelling at Karen because she wasn't doing it. See, that's square, right? Yeah. So what is cube? That's cube. So now, does yours look like that? No. That white. Okay. So now. Something like that. So now, look at these ones. Where's your zeros?
I don't know what I would do.
Where's your zeros? Adonde está el zero? Yeah.
What do you have for geometry? Do you have class with self?
No, you got it. Yeah. So you got it close because this one has it twice. That one's twice. What's up? Oh, someone is yelling at me over here?
You were yelling.
Huh? Regular. All right, so let's take a look, huh?
So for this, we were trying to figure out if the degree would be 4 because it has a little square at the
Yes.
end.
So this one, remember, this means there's 2 of those. So if I were to rewrite this, it would be a negative x plus 2, right? X minus 2, x minus 2. That's what this means. That's what the square means, that there's 2 of those ones. It's 2 of just that one. So I rewrote it, so now there's 2 of just that one. So, 1, 2, 3. X cubed. Huh? Yes, you got overlapping on there, but you have to see which one overlaps. So let's take a look now. So my zeros are going to be at negative 2 and 2. So I'm going to put those points, negative 2 and 2. Okay, so there is a negative in front. So I have a positive, 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 and then there's a negative out front. So that makes this whole thing going to be negative. So it has to end going down, doesn't it? So it starts up, it ends going down. Now, this one at positive 2, it hits it twice, right? What's it mean if it hits it twice? I'm going to go back to a previous slide. So if it hits it twice, what did it do here? So at 3, on this one right here, at 3, it hit it twice, and it just touched it and bounced back. So if I do the same thing over here, at 3, it touched it and bounced back. So we know the shape. We know that because this is a 3rd degree, and it has to end going down, so it's going to end going down. So at positive 2, it's going to bounce. So I'm going to start down here. So it's going to go like this. Touch there, and go up. It should be like that. So this, if you want to call it the bounce, because it just goes whichever direction, we know it's got to end. Because it is an x cubed, it's got to be the shape. So it's down. I know it has to end down, so that's why at 2, it bounces. So it bounces, it touches 2, bounces, and then goes back. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's what I use when I actually have a double right there. Your job, right now, you are going to do C and D. C and D. C and D. Letter C, letter D.
So this one would be.
I'm slow, bro. I just feel like you keep this on.
This is the degree of 4. This one is 3, 4.
Maybe it's 2 more of these.
Should be 3.
Oh, that didn't even go in this one.
I want to go to sleep.
What is export? What's
Monday?
Yeah, it just goes up faster. Just remember, it just goes up twice as fast. So instead of just being like this, it goes up like this.
I figured as much.
All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look at what we got now. So if we're going through looking to see what we have, if you set that equal to 0, I get x equals -6. This one is also -2. And at -2, what is that? I have -2 twice, don't I? So what did I refer to that as? I called it something. I said it does something. It bounces. So it bounces there. So it bounces at -2. No. You guys don't do anything when I leave.
Yeah, but like it's your health before.
All right. So I know I'm going to have x cubed, right? I have x cubed. I have 1 here and 2 from this. So it's x cubed, 3rd degree. Oh, it's like someone just sprayed some perfume or something. That's what's getting me. It's-
Yeah.
Everyone's looking around to see who it is. Killing me. I'm already sick as it is, but now this seems worse. It's the fan? Yeah, so it's blowing it at me. That's even worse.
Shop. I'm just kidding. Every time I
Ew, gross.
just start taking fast.
Yep. I'll get right on that.
Bye.
Raindrop? Cough drops?
Was it me? Or did I just see lightning?
Where is my bleeping thing? Oh, it's right there. There it is.
Oh, you just tastes like grape.
Oh, it's horrible.
Grape.
Anyway, all right.
You don't drink water after?
No, listen. Okay, so now that I just died and came back. Okay, so I said because of this, what did I say that does? Bounce. Say bounce.
Bounce.
So it's going to hit the line and bounce back. I have a positive and a positive, so it's going to be a positive, right? So x cubed that's positive, it has to end going up, right? So it has to end going up. So it's got to end over here, and it's bouncing at what number? At -2, it's bouncing. So I know there's no phones out right now.
I was checking the time because I'm about to be leaving.
And you ain't bound to do nothing. There we go. So we have a bounce right there. So if you look, it hits it, it bounces, and it goes back.
So it's negative infinity and then infinity.
So left side is negative infinity, right side is positive infinity. Now on this one right here, I have my zeros are going to be x equals -6 and x equals -2. So I have two places, -6 and -2. My degree of this, so this right here says this is 3, and that one makes 4. So I have a 4th degree. That's very good. So if I go ahead and look at all this, I have a positive here, right? And I have a positive here, right? But there's a negative out front. So, now, you guys ready? Show me x squared. Show me x squared. Everyone up? Okay. Okay, now show me x cubed. Okay. Like this. Show me x to the 4th. Both goes back up. It just goes twice as fast. So it's narrower. And now show me negative x to the 4th.
Oh, wait.
Negative x to the 4th goes down, doesn't it? So my ending has to go down. Both ends of this are going to end up going down. So with the 4th degree and it being negative, it's got to go down. Now, at -6. At -6. How many times does it cross at -6? 3. It's not a bounce. If it was square, it would bounce. But I'm going to go back to the previous slide. This is what a 3 looks like. So it's going to go up to it, right? It's going to go up to it, touch it right there, then go up like that. Okay? So, let's go ahead and look at it. So I know it has to end going down. So at -6, it's going to do that little shape. So it's going to start down here, go to that, go back up, and
Wait, what?
back down. So it makes the little wonky shape right here at -6. It goes up and then goes back down.
Like straight down.
Basically. Now, let's go ahead. I want you people right now in your calculator. So, when you pick up the calculator, first thing you guys should actually do is clear it. Hit Doc B. So now, on your calculator, you're doing this one right here. It's letter C. So we're going to verify these. So you're going to do letter C in your calculator. So if you clear it first, it's going to make life a whole lot easier. So, Doc and letter B.
Oh, I got that one.
Okay, so I'm going to hit parentheses, x plus 6, plus 6, close, and x plus 2 squared. Is that correct? C, letter C, bottom left. Yep, there we go. All right, I'm going to hit it. There we go. If you notice, it crosses through -6, ups, down, it bounces at -2. Huh? What negative? This one's going to be C. This one is C. Did you do C?
Yeah.
Okay, so you graph C.
Oh my god.
You can check it.
Uh-huh. I don't have it class logged in yet. Because the calculators won't work like that right now. I'm trying to. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and change this now. Tab. Now I'm going to do the next one. It was a negative, parentheses, x plus 6 to the third, right? So caret 3. Now you have to push arrow over, otherwise it's going to still be on the power. And then, why is all your stuff put away? Seriously? You ain't going nowhere.
Well, I have to go talk to them.
Parentheses.
You said last time.
No, I did not say a time. I said when I'm done. Not time for you to pack up. I was trying to be helpful for you. Now I don't want to let you go at all. And the last one was x what?
X
Plus 2. There we go. There we go. So for this, if you notice it makes that wonky shape right there.
Yeah.
Touches at one point, goes up, and then wonky shape. Then back down, straight down through -2. So you have to learn how to use these calculators because on the quiz coming up, the test coming up, you're allowed to use them, but I'm not going to help you with it. Every single test, someone actually comes ask me how to use the calculator. I'm not going to tell you then. All right, so end behavior and multiplicity summary. So leading coefficient. So if it's even, positive. Now, can you guys show me positive? What is the positive going to be? Positive, right? Even numbers, positive. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, let's see. Even numbers positive. It's going to touch it at one spot and go back up. Now, that even number, if it is negative, show me negative. It's going down, right? That's the reason why we've been doing this for over a week. I've been having you guys doing the arm motions for this. So, a negative. So it's going to look like this. Next one, odd. The odd degree. So now, show me odd. Odd is going to be like 3, right?
Yeah.
3, 5, 7. So it's going to start down and end up. So odd degree if it's positive, it's like that. And odd degree if it's negative, it has to end down. So it's going to be like this. Just like that. All right. Ready to move on? All right, degree of 0. Show me what a degree of 0 looks like. Yes, yes. Degree of 0. Yes, degree of 0. So it's going to be a straight, flat line. It is a horizontal line. So if it's a positive number, it would be above the line, so it would be like y equals 10. And this would be y equals -10. It would look like that. Positive or negative, it's not going to matter. It's all going to go that way. Now, these multiplicities, so let's see. If this is x to the first power, which is just x, what's the slope of that line? No? That's square. Yep, there we go right there. Rise over run, it's up 1 over 1. So this one's just going to look like this. It's just going to look like that. So that's going to be a 1. What about an x squared? There we go. He just did it. X squared. That's going to be my shape of my parabola. X cubed.
Yes.
There we go. Like that. and x to the fourth. So x to the fourth is going to be, it just goes up faster. So it's not as wide as a parabola. Parabola is going to go up like this, x squared, but then x to the fourth goes up twice as fast. All right, so, all right, there we go. All right, so that's going to be page, what page did I say that is, 43? Okay, so you guys are going to work on 42. Like, share, subscribe.